Yeah, Smart Wargames here, welcome back. Let's revisit Panzer Campaigns Smolensk 41 by WDS. Yeah, thanks for providing me a key for that game. It is focusing on the early stages of Operation Barbarossa, specifically on Army Group Center and the push to Smolensk, the gate to Moscow. It was the first Panzer campaign game released back in the days then by John Tiller Games, or John Tiller Software. But in the meanwhile got updated several times and is ranking among my favorite Panzer campaign games, if not my first recommendation, especially for newer players or for people that look for a bit of smaller scale operational warfare. Despite Operation Barbarossa being a huge undertaking, you still will have a nice set of scenarios, smaller scenarios, often split off from bigger campaign size scenarios, which you can play if you prefer smaller operations. But for the people that like the campaign sized ones, you will also be satisfied. I mean, WDS meanwhile released new titles like Poland 39, which might also offer interesting look at especially the earlier tech, some interesting unit compositions or TOEs of the earlier World War II. But yeah, Eastern Front and especially Barbarossa is of course always a topic that is interesting a lot of people, and here we can roll with Guderian's, what was it, Panzergruppe 2, I think. One of the pioneers of the modern armored warfare, combined arms warfare theories that often being mentioned in the alongside of Barbarossa, or also the earlier Nazi Germany campaigns, despite also being of course a dude that, let's say, somewhat contributed to the Panzer leader or the German general myth. So yeah, operations covered here. Smolensk of course, but also certain Soviet counterattacks, as Barbarossa was sure, especially in the early beginnings, the Soviet army was in massive disarray and had a hard time, but there was still some attempts of counterattacks. Was of course less successful, but also for the Soviet players trying to perhaps do it better, to get an idea with what challenges Soviet commanders were, what they were facing. Okay. Yeah, I will show you the scenarios, and then I will play a smaller scenario because that is specifically why I requested it, because I'm a big fan of smaller scenarios. Especially because this game is offering a high degree of those individual units here, which allows you to better focus on those. Same for other games. The combat mission is the same. If you have one company, you can focus on the individuals or the equipment, the TOE, better than having a brigade-sized engagement there. So yeah, that is a scenario list. There might be more online, but unfortunately a lot of those war game resources, mods or custom scenario database are disappearing. I hope our savior, I forgot his name, who is preserving a lot of wargame content on archive. I think he also is covering some of the John Tiller Software or WDS games. Also let me quickly show you one of the bigger sized ones, Smolensk. Medium, large. I will go quickly through the list and you can pause the video if there's something. But then we will roll, yeah. Because I was asked to keep the videos a bit shorter. Despite always liking to check out the units and everything. The equipment. General Mutt, yeah. That's a good title. Yeah, that's of course also one of those myths, yeah. That the weather was yeah, okay, it goes up to October 6th. That was basically already when they were ready to launch Typhoon. And yeah, got bogged down by weather for some time before then resuming in the winter. So it also extends a bit further in the timeline into the Operation Typhoon Battle of Moscow timeline, which is a separate game, Moscow 41. I also recommend the title. I have it installed, perhaps we'll play another one there, which many consider was the real downfall, where who was quoted, I think at the Nuremberg trials, when did you realize that the Eastern campaign failed? One word, Moscow. Which was also already a brutal battle. So that often covered like Stalingrad or Case Blue, Fall Blau. But that push towards Moscow was already a massive brutality, is desperation. Unimaginable. Good, let's see what is here. Super large, scenario large. I think campaign is the biggest size. You see they have those size indicators, is really helpful. Campaign. Oh. Location Smolensk, okay. I guess that is one of the biggest ones. The drive on Smolensk. 168 turns, yeah. Yeah, let's give you an overview on that. First, without spoilering. So as the Germans to this very point didn't really knew what they were facing there. Especially the resources and just recently watched a documentary, especially on those which is also more involving newer sources. It's crazy how the Soviets were rising units and mobilizing resources. So perhaps hide the Soviet side. I mean, compared to other Panzer campaign monster scenarios, this is of course rather small size, yeah. What? Ah, Jeremy, hi. I was thinking, what is this hi here on my... I was thinking there's a pop-up from the game. But yeah, if you look for something more fast-paced, yeah, because later, of course, the Eastern Front became a massive slog to some extent. I mean, there is, of course, some massive operations that pulled off by the Soviets. Bagration, yeah, one of the most successful offensive operations in history of history, yeah. But I mean, Barbarossa, the early stages was of course it's very much warfare based on maneuver, as envisioned. Oh, that is the biggest scenario. It looks rather surprisingly small, yeah, but that is okay. That's great, yeah. Is that, is my scrolling deactivated or... Ah, okay. So a big map, but fewer units, yeah. Perfect for maneuver warfare. Yeah, that's basically the entire map. But this map is also split into smaller scenarios. Yeah, that's the entire campaign. So yeah, you see, even the biggest scenario doesn't look that intimidating. That's also why it's, from what I've heard, it's also a multiplayer favorite. As you can imagine, later than Case Blue Plus, the forces involved become bigger and bigger, yeah, and the war is bogging more and more down. which of course also puts somewhat a challenge to play those scenarios, especially multiplayer. But that looks indeed... In the early campaigns like France or whatever might be also more like that, yeah. France 40 is also quite based on maneuver a lot. Let me show you the map. There's of course not all forces, yeah, that is probably, you see a lot of reconnaissance force on the map. A lot of forces are still probably about to arrive. Yeah. So, there will be definitely more units, yeah, that is basically now the reconnaissance spearhead that got into contact with Soviet elements and now it is starting, yeah. Okay, good, but we will play Vitebsk, I think. No. I picked one, was it Gorky? Yelnya. Yeah. It's been described in literature as a desolate wreck dump on the Desna. The battles raged for 5 weeks. It seems like they became a hotspot. High ground, hard to capture. It seems like there was for weeks. So, high intensity battles. And Guderian pressed forward with the 46th Panzer Corps to capture that. But the Soviets are ready to offer quite some resistance there. Good. Recon spotting, yeah, supply trucks, low visibility, yeah, basically all realism stuff, yeah. I was wondering about that one here. I think it reduces the micromanagement. Let's try it out. Yeah, I'm not sure about this alternate assault, which makes it harder to... on the other hand, perhaps it makes sense. Makes it harder for infantry units to assault armored units. I think that was even recommended, right? There's often a debate, yeah. There's some proponents that say, oh man, tanks were... World War II was mostly an infantry war, especially in the early stages. And tanks were of course quite vulnerable, no matter if you had dedicated anti-tank weapons or not, they could be overcome with other means. We'll leave it off for the... Yeah, I mean, that sounds reasonable. What happens else with those units if they are assaulted and there's nowhere to go? I don't... I mean, they will always be eliminated or not. I need to check that. Because normally that is a regular rule, yeah. If you assault a position and there's no way to retreat, those units are eliminated. I don't know exactly what optional surrender changes in this regard. Nuclear scenario termination. Okay. Yeah, that is of course here as for other games. Yeah, optional fire results, we talked about that. That is in order to reduce the extremes. Yeah? That is like in mathematical calculations elsewhere. That you roll twice in order to reduce the possibility or risk of extremes, but we will leave that. This rule provides a less historically accurate simulation. Less? But... Oh no, okay, they're not. Use wireless intercept. Sounds interesting. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Aber ist das scenario? Oh, okay. I mean, it looks great. That is absolutely my jam. Yeah, 3D vision, I must say, is... but it's... Oh man, the night shading. Oof. We can disable that. But yeah, the 3D map is quite grainy, old school. Some of the WDS games now look in the 3D map beautiful, very clean. Why that is some modern vision. The 2D has a modern map design that is good. But the 3D is, for me, at least a bit too cluttery. And you can really nicely make out the elevation deltas, but still... It's also, of course, now because of the night shading, we can turn it off here. Still, well, I think it's too grainy. But they're working on that. A lot of those titles have a complete new view with a very clean... That is more old school. Is good. What is the mission? Yeah, Yelnya. Okay. The bridge is blown, I guess. Damage. Damage. Okay, but not blown. But I think they are blown. Let's check what units. Yeah, that's my... Check. Okay. Is my microphone working fine? Okay, thanks. Show me there. Radolf's units arriving. That was Reich was motorized. Yeah, motorized. Yeah. But they're quite punchy. Okay. So what is it? This night, 18 turns. Good, then let's see. We have one reconnaissance battalion rolling in front. I will turn that sound a bit down. Air support. Yeah, of course. None. RT, there's one battalion on the map, it seems, somewhere. Ready to fire. Yeah, I don't know, do I want to... yeah, I mean, checking those bridges. I'm not exactly sure damaged, but do we even want to use a damaged bridge? I think damaged means basically broken. I guess that's why they show that. And probably the Soviets are ready to blow those things up anyways. Perhaps you want to take the alternate route through the marshes. Which is of course not optimum, but And the Soviets will of course expect that. I only have one reconnaissance. No motorcycles. Ah, we have motorcycles. With the motorcycles, Mike, check out the bridge and report back what the heck is going on there. Yeah, let's first bring the motorcycles in. Unit blocked by... okay, the road is so small. What road do we want to take? Through marches is never a good idea. Why here we have at least, but that... that looks really bad here, yeah. A lot of rivers. Lenovo notebook. I don't know if you want to go through them. I don't have that much reconnaissance units on the map. That terrain here looks way better. We have a lot of open area where we can develop. Less rivers to cross, but that is probably also obvious to the Soviets. And that is also the higher ground here, which I think they talked about. Which might be heavily defended. This game has some good scenarios, yeah. So, favorite among many. Got into contact. Yeah, okay. Took out one of our Spähpanzerwagen. See, okay. As expected. Motorcycles. I might check out the south. With 2? I think if it is red you can't... oh wait. No, if it is red you can't get out. Has to be white I think, or yellow, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. So also when crossing rivers, I mean, I don't know if I want to retreat across the river back. And there's a obvious ambush point here, or if we go through the open terrain. So I'm not sure even if I want to leave travel mode right now, because otherwise we might have trouble to retreat across the river. Yeah, motorcycles could push. I mean, we need to... Leonovo, I don't know. I mean, a single unit could hold off the entire core. Look at that marsh road. And we need to go in travel mode through here. That is crappy roads, yeah. They look great here, but they're crappy through the marches. And then crossing 20,000 rivers. Here, especially in this area, is... but we need to capture... oh, at this point here. Yeah. Good, send the motorcycles south. Send the motorcycles. Why they look like trucks. $400, man. There's motorcycles, but it's reinforced. That is... that is an I think that is not motorcycle scouts, that is indeed more of an infantry unit. That's why they make those sounds, because they have a lot of trucks with them. I don't think that is regular motorcycle scouts. And they don't roll 400 dudes there. Yeah, perhaps those 400 dudes can find something in the south. I mean, the strength of them is their high mobility. Okay. So what we are facing here, elements of the 89th Rifle Division. Sitting in improved position, so I want to avoid that. We can't push their tanks. What is that here? Nothing. Why is it so... Ah, that's the elevation, okay. Yeah, push the tanks. Aktiviert. Get out of travel mode. Yeah, you see, it was yellow. Yellow means it's spent, but you still have... yellow means you can get out of travel mode. Good. Red also means you can't fire. Yeah. Yellow means you can do something. Yeah, if you can, we will bypass those. Good infantry coming in with what they already consider AT. Yeah, interesting. They're already organizing those 8/8s and AT battalions. Yeah, we definitely need them. What is that here? That is Panzer Freeze, right? Yeah. With a short barrel, which is always shown in documentations wrong. Always show the long barrel cannon in almost every documentation. Yeah, I mean, we will focus on that push period. But perhaps let's first use that reconnaissance unit here. There's another road here. I see it. Which might be, of course, easier to... Because if the Soviets have a single unit here... Yeah. Let's try first the obvious route. Ah, there's a rail. It's also not perfect, but okay. I think rails in the game are simulated. They usually have also a path beside. I just don't want to show you both because it is cluttering. Every major rail has a side road or something attached to it. Ah. Ah, yeah. Okay. Good contact. We have engineers. But wow, man, it will take ages to repair those bridges. Come on. No motorcycles. Would be nice to exploit that flank. To see what is going on there. Another fast mobility. I mean, Deutschland has a ton of mobility units, but I don't want to... On the other hand, it might be required. But they are quite soft, yeah. If they run it on ambush, they get hit hard. Das Reich Armored Troop. Panzer III. It will be hard to get through here. Is that Goody? No, Hauser. Ah, Pioneers, Eyes and Ears. Pioneers. Heinz. Goody. I don't know if you... Boy, repairing bridges, I don't know how long that... We can get the Pioneers into the... at least into here. And then check out what is going on, and then perhaps... Because they are sitting us in some reinforced positions, right? No. They have now, they have reinforced... Yeah, improved positions. I think Pioneers also help with that. Because exploring south will be hard because of the zone of control. We can't squeeze ourselves through there. But sooner or later we need to engage the enemy, yeah, period. It is what it is. I'm just wondering if I want to detach the What's that? 2nd Regiment. 900 men. It's definitely not a battalion. It is a 2nd Regiment of the Deutschland in order to roll the flank. I guess I want to, yeah. Motorized is nothing. Or the armored, the armored troops you might... On the other hand, tanks are not supposed to engage infantry positions like that. Tanks are supposed to bypass. Yeah. But if they get stuck there in the marshes or somewhere... There's no other options. I'm here, yeah, but that is not real. I mean, we don't need that. Ah, wait. There's a way to bypass. Okay, now come on, focus. Oh, good, 2nd Deutschland, exploit the flank. Well, not too bad, because I was expecting an ambush here somewhere. 3rd Deutschland, you come with us, but let first the POs come. Panzerjäger. By shootings, exactly. Man, they need to upgrade the combat mission code for this. That would be great. If somebody could mod classic combat mission, some Russian hackers, so we can improve the, or not improve, but offer some more half-track Panzergrenadier stuff, where they're jumping out of driving. But I don't know how often that really was used in reality. I mean, that is of course in the training videos and in the manuals, but how often they reconducted those really extreme aggressive half-track tactics in reality. Firing mounted, jumping off the half-tracks while driving, jumping on the half-tracks while driving. Yeah, exactly, good for propaganda films. I mean, you have the similar on Western or Soviet Cold War movies where they jump out of the BMPs while driving. It looks exactly the same. Where you have dudes dismounting from driving BMPs while the BMPs are firing. That of course looks always good in the propaganda movies. Yeah. While in reality, how viable that is questionable. If a machine gun is ripping your dudes apart while you're dismounting. Yeah. Panzerjäger currently not needed. Bring in the POs. Let's see the road situation. Oh man, Jimmy, WDS 5 billion buttons, man. Wait. Divisional markings. Ah, that is also cool. No, that is cool. Is there any downside to that? No. There's no information removed. Yeah, that is helpful. Should be standard, I think. Too much colors. Yeah, cool. As long as not degrading any other information. Where's the unit button? I think also WS give us an option, or I think there is an option to remove one of those bars. Oh wait, I think there is an option to toolbar. No. Oh, okay. Wasn't a classic toolbar? Rather, now I see them. Because I have most buttons I don't use, or most on the toolbar. I think it. Also, I don't never use those filters. I think that could be spared, or for some players like me, the lazy. I never filter. Yeah, I basically never use anything of that. There's quite some interesting buttons here, which I check out for the first time. But that could be removed and slimmed down for more screen space. Add remove file. Yeah, I remember I did that already. Yeah, exactly. If you prefer a NATO iconology, that is of course here possible by NATO app 4 standards, whatever. But I like those mini... I can read NATO symbology, but I prefer those small graphical units. I don't like the counters on the 3D, no matter what. Yeah, no. I barely can see them. Which of course now is worse because of the night shading. But I give you the information. But I like those ones here. Do they take information away? No. Wait. Yeah, you can add remove items displayed. If you click on all again, it won't show. All? Ah. Static all. Oh yeah. On the toolbar itself, okay. Crazy. Yeah, but it's still 2 row. Yeah. I mean, none split to... Yeah, exactly. I also use usually the usual suspects, and... I mean, that one is important. I think that is including everything, yeah? And the super specific stuff I'm using from the drop downs. This here I don't need. I would like to remove this here, which is mostly filters, time controls, and time controls I can also manage from here. That is something you never press. I think there was a way to do that, which would save a bit of screen space. But I think I already talked about that years ago. That is not a big thing. Okay. Ah, yeah, exactly. I wanted to remove the units. There's regular roads, okay, here. Again. Where's the pilot sitting here? Okay. There might be a setting for that, yeah. A view is usually, no, it's usually under settings and toolbar. Because back in the days there was this old school toolbar, which was I think 1 row. Yeah, okay, next turn is important, yeah. That's... Okay. What do you want to bring in next? Panzerjäger, Arty, they are not... Are they deployed? Okay. So we could fire some audio on those guys there. Yeah, I think the third Deutschland. Or the first Deutschland. Boom, boom, boom. Perhaps, yeah, hold here. I don't think I will bring a second regiment into that flank, but who knows? Those RD units are not ready yet. What is the range of those RD guns? Not that far, 10 hexes. You could set them up on this elevated ground here. Or at least move them there and then see how it develops. Yeah. There's this elevated ground here. Could set up one battalion here, one battalion here, yeah. That gun also range 10. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, they're already out. Are they even in range of something? Wait. No. So we can basically mount up that RD. That was just to cover the movement here. They are not in range of anything. I don't think there's a night effects. Nah, RD doesn't have night effects. It's out of range. So, what is that for caliber? Yeah, that is 105. They need to be closer. Yeah, mount them up. Can I already drive? Oh yeah. Yeah, but wait. They're now... Okay, bring one RD unit. I want to block the road. I might set them up in either here or here. One I want to set up here, or perhaps both. Another and this objective here. One, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Do we need that road? No. I mean, you can pass deployed RD units, but it is of course a bit, I think, mic'd. Good, and that third RD units I might also deploy here somewhere. Oh. I mean, that is focus. Good, Panzerjäger. That is HQ with the flag battalion. Okay, I'll keep them there. Then first deploy 3rd Deutschland. So what is the plan? Yeah, punch. Can this river be... Wait, what? Ah, that is not a river here. Oh yeah. But then a river comes up. Okay, that was pointless. Nah, this I will leave for those dudes. I might keep them in reserve. I will deploy them to the crossroads here and then we see how it develops. Same for the Panzerjägers. But I doubt that I will bring the Panzerjägers on the front, on the flank. And the HQ, what is the command range of those dudes? Not the best, yeah. But it's also, I think, nighttime effects, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, it is currently night. Let's maneuver as much as possible. Let's set up HQ. What's here? No. Ah, should I didn't motorize them? Ah, too late. It's okay. Good, south. First regiment. Definitely have to engage those positions, I guess. Ah. That is better. That is crossing and then getting ambushed now. And rather let's fight here. Oh shit, Jimmy's. Okay, yeah, push it, yeah. Okay. AT, yeah, clear the road. Set up shop. Do we have POs? Probably, but let's clear the road. Don't overthink it. Tanks normally should maneuver around, yeah. And here we have 2 tank units. I mean, if those marches are clear... infantry unit... yeah, motorcycle is of course, but... How big is that punch? 8, 10... No, it's not that bad. Soft is good. Again, that is not a motorcycle scout unit. That is a mixed motorized infantry battalion. Yeah, I already deployed them on high ground. Here we need to see. Minefield. But we are fine. Normally a minefield has to be protected by something. So there might be something in this vicinity. I'm not sure if they can cross the bridge or the stream while being deployed. I'll sound better now at nighttime. Yeah. Good, Arty. Yeah, we might set up on the road, perhaps in here. There is some nice high ground here, but without blocking the road. Can't even set up. Nice. Yeah, I mean, during nighttime we should exploit it. Especially open that road up. That road is open! Okay. So those bridges are working. Good, we found it out. Alright, let's clear the road first. RT... up here somewhere. Let first the infantry check. Damn it, now I would like to have the tanks. But it's okay. So we perhaps don't want to engage with those dudes. Yep. Ah, nice. Okay, we can disengage. Yeah, especially infantry. Because I don't want to have them in... But I will keep them motorized. Okay, here we need to demotorize them. Or to retreat. Oh, here is also... Yeah, here... Because otherwise if the Soviets get their turn, they will inflict massive casualties. Exploit! I mean, the tanks, come on, they should be able to push through here. Even if the Soviets have something here. Nice. So the bridges are working. That is just damaged. Now we know it. But this... Push. Steiner up the bridge, man. Show me where the Iron Crosses are getting bridged. Yeah, the second RD unit. I might deploy them in this area first. Yeah. Yeah. Pios. Okay. More Pios. Yeah, those might be also needed for breaking fortifications. Good, RD. For the time being, roll here. And deploy. HQ is motorized, okay. Set up shop. Here. Pios. Roll in. RD set up here. More Pios roll in. That is attachments. Also for 46th. Those guys are from the Panzergruppe 2. Yeah, there's core attachments. Gut, Panzerjägers. Oh man, that is, yeah. Oh shit, that is the 15th. Yeah, we don't need to set them up. That's okay, 10. Yeah, but they're good there. Panzerjäger. Ah, you will support that effort. So they're currently running without tanks. Bring a HQ forward. I'll leave the wait, the core does do the command range. Good, motorize. The war is not waiting. Okay. RT. Yeah, that infantry, can we give those Jimmys RT? No. Okay, that was the first turn. Be right back. Yeah, I fixed my microphone. Using my motherboard 3.5 is not in the best condition anymore. If there's some strange static or my voice drastically changes, please let me know because I can't hear them. I can check myself. Wait, I can check myself. Yeah. Jimmy. Yeah, okay. Now I can check myself. Okay. Can we disengage those tanks here? I'd rather roll them here. Yep. Yeah, chain smoking like that dude, man. Steiner. Steiner is a phenomenon. Jimmy, half of the Eastern Front cigarettes are allocated to that captain. Okay. Yeah, we'll disengage the tanks. That position here right now, I don't see any reason to engage with those. Also reconnaissance, no, I can't pull back. Infantry can pull back, I mean we need... But there's a ton of forces incoming. The 1st regiment could also disengage, and yeah. What they want to do, if we bypass them, they can sit all day there. Yeah, I mean for those units, I'm not sure. Maybe we already have a regiment here. I might rather, yeah. But it's a bit difficult here. There's... what is that here? A stream. I'd rather punch through here. Improving a better resolution would be really great. The problem is if you speed it up, you lose sound. That is, I don't like this silent. But the better resolution is too slow. Wasn't it in the older versions that you could have really fast, better resolution with nice sound? Bam, 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 bang, bam, bam. Yeah, that's. That seems to be rather weak units. Wireless intercepts. That's the first. Oh, bombed the shit out of them. Yeah, good. Is it now day? No, it's still night. Okay. Yeah, at night we will. I'm not sure if we want to engage at night. But we will definitely pull out the reconnaissance. We lost visual on those guys, right? But they are still there. I'm pretty sure. Speed up on the AI operative turn, but you lose in sound, right? Damn it. Enemy zone of control. Need that reconnaissance vehicle over the bridge. It's, here it's getting really difficult to maneuver. Let's first check the flanks. See if what second regiment can pull off. Okay. Yeah. Not too bad. Minefield. Keep exploiting. Jimmy, I want the tanks. Shit, I should have deployed the tanks on the flanks. Man, roll down the HQ. Let's... I want a castle. Jimmy, castle, Suppenkessel. Looks good there at Cartino. Too bad that we don't have reconnaissance there. So roll center mass. But no, I'm not so sure. Okay, southern flank, what's going on here? Let the motorcycles roll first. Yeah, I know. Our... Can't we get the pioneers to clear the mines? Should we have no time. ETA yesterday. Keep rolling. Should we... Moscow. Push those motorcycles. The faster a motorcycle drives, perhaps it will not trigger the mine. Okay, nice. Another minefield. But minefield's not covered with anything. Okay. Exploit. Holy Billy. Yeah, we're coming. Damn it. Second regiment. Push forward. But sir, I said push. Pedal to the metal. Oh shit. Retreat or deploy. I mean, we need... bypassing that will be difficult. We need definitely to bind those forces. You... in what territory you're sitting? Completely in the open, right? Great. But there's nothing around, and those guys on the higher ground. That's not good. Not sure if I like that engagement. First, let's see if we can bypass. Yeah, I know, mines are bad. Who the heck is that guy? Yeah. Keep driving, Jimmy's. Oh man, a lot of units might end up isolated. Okay, that looks good. Tank division. But without tanks. Yeah. That might be true, yeah. Tank division without tanks. Probably throwing their tank drivers at the front. Okay, we can bypass that position. Yeah, here there's still the enemy unit sitting here. Would be great if there would be some history to see that. Those guys are binding, but that is also a rather pointless binding. Let's see what's... Yeah, bypass it. That looks good. Pioneers perhaps clear that, yeah, hit that minefield, you have a better experience in that. But we also need to keep the communication lines and the supply lines. And isolate those forces. But don't do it motorized. Disembark. Hit the minefield. Ah, damn it, okay. Next turn. Or is there something in between now? Panzerjäger hold put. Ardi set up. Or do we want to push? Nah, we have here a situation. Set up the Ardi. Pios, push towards your brothers in arms. I need a bit more forces here. Shit, 36 man. Do it. Brothers! These mines are fake. Good. Clearing mines. Very good. Jimmy's... The 85th Pioneer Battalion is awarded Iron Cross, while the 49th Pioneer Battalion disembarked before that. While those Jimmy's men cleared mines with their half-tracks. Okay. Panzer, what is that here? That is here Hairless Anklaufgeräte. There's something bigger, right? Looks like a Hairless Anklaufgerät. Yeah, those we will definitely keep in reserve for tanks. That Ardi is not set up yet. But perhaps we also want to push it forward. because the front line is evolving fast. Before we do that, let's see what is going on here. Okay, nice. Yeah, that reconnaissance unit needs to... So what was about the bridge here? First Deutschland, push forward. Yeah, here it becomes troublesome. I think that unit is weak. And we need that higher ground. Disembark. And go into contact. Boah! Right at our minefield. Yeah, I don't like that. Tanks. Man, the flanks are super open. Should we pull the tanks back? Flank. What's going on here with my air conditioning? Man, I'm pretty sure if my replacement air conditioning arrives from Pyongyang or Shenzhen or whatever, it's somewhere stuck in the limbo. They tell me, yeah, it is right in front of your doorstep. We are delivering it. Where in reality, is sitting in the Strait of Hormuz, being shaheaded into my AEC. Pretty sure that one ship that got hit in that compartment was exactly my AEC that blew up there. Sweating here. And when the AC arrives, sudden news, massive cool wave striving over Europe, extreme coldness expected. Jimmy, General Matt, nah, what General Winter? General Matt. If I lose the scenario, it's because of the heat. Yeah? I'm a true German general. No matter what happens, if I win the scenario, it's only because of me. Yeah? Because of my brilliance. If I lose the scenario, it's because of the absolute unexpected weather conditions or because of some madman. Yeah. The 3rd Deutschland could also roll the flank. But the tanks, man. The armored troop, come on. I want to bring them on the flanks. Look at that here. It seems like they are absolutely... But come on, the Soviets... Yeah, but the HQ... Nah, they're not expecting that, really. Oh no, man, pushing the tanks through the center here doesn't... Come on. Bring them back. Yes! Roll. Do I want to... Yeah, come on, man, that flank is really looking good. But on the other hand, we need also infantry forces here. Good. Das Reich Pionier 200 now, you guys. You are not really needed here. Do we have another I have only one infantry. Ah, wait, 3rd Deutschland is here, okay. But that's it. One is here, yeah. 3rd Regiment is here. So either flank, but I also need to tie down those units here. Otherwise it is a bit too harsh. Yeah, we need to bring him in the center. But the POs, you are not needed here. I think the bridge is working. We are good. Roll the flank. Arty. War is so fast, can't deploy my Arty units. Yeah, you see how different Smolensk is from the later titles, yeah. Can't set up your Arty units fast enough. I mean, that's why they developed the self-propelled Arty. That was the idea of fast Arty rolling with mechanized units, but SPAs were rather non-existent in the early Barbarossa stages. So it was mostly horse-drawn stuff, yeah. So it was difficult to provide Arty support. I think we will roll, yeah. Bring our Arty unit with this, and then we have a nice tactical group there. Yeah, reconnaissance, disengage, and exactly come around. No! What did you do, Jimmy? I will stop using this. Brother! Where are you rolling? I will use this auto function, man. It's always screwing me up. I didn't know that there was... I wanted to do that, yeah, move. Okay. Good, there's a path, thanks. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, come on, it's not that bad. They will catch up. That is what happens. Such screw-ups happen in reality every day. Digging in, yeah, you can dig in there while we bypass you. Good, those guys are preparing. Yeah, exactly, move a bit closer, but don't go in soft-skinned. Okay, what is going on here? We have Panzerjäger, secondly are not needed, but there's this tank unit here, which could be still rolling tanks, we are not sure about that. Right now they only report infantry with trucks, which could be that that is a remains of a tank division being sent into combat. That was at those stages absolutely typical that they even sent in crewmen, because they all lost their tanks. But we can't be sure, so better send those guys. A bit closer, but not through the minefield without reason. I mean, there's mine one, perhaps I can clear that minefield next turn. That are the... That is the heavy hitters. What was the two numbers again? Wait. Ah, that is, I think, oh wait, what was the first number and the second number? Second number is assault number, what was it? Nah, one number is attack power, second number is the range, right? Yeah. Yeah. 8 against 1, 6 against 0, so they need to assault tanks. Yeah, okay. 12, 12, 1, 1. Ah, they have pretty good also against infantry, okay. So that arty is firing 13 hexes. That should be enough for the time being. Yeah, then set them up. They are set... Yeah, they are in setup. Seems like it requires more time. Those guys are not in setup. We need to watch out, there's an enemy unit here. It would be nice to mark that point if you don't forget. Imagine a bigger scenario, forget that, yeah, that there was an enemy unit here. Yeah, reconnaissance, pull out. But let's first clear that stuff here. So much going on here. Exactly, tanks, pull back. And punch through. Don't give zeros about that minefield, push. Okay. That looks good. AT battalion, same. Perhaps even... but I don't know, wait, can we save the movement cost? What was that button? Save movement cost, yeah. You could set up, if in case there is tanks there. I don't know if they can... They will probably end up in a minefield. Yeah, no, come on. Hold your horses. Wait there. Currently we don't have any information about tanks. No need to overreact. Yeah, reconnaissance. Come come over here. Yeah, exactly. That is a unit I forgot about, yeah, you see? But I might have chosen that road anyways. However, those guys I might attach to the outer flank. Yeah. So here we are expecting heavy resistance. Yeah, Uchimi is... go into combat or what? Or disengage, which is not really that easy. That unit needs binding. That unit is currently unattended. That is good. Keep those guys in shape. Very good. As we wanted higher ground, of course. First regiment. Bypass. Ardy. Set up. I mean, from here we can fire even further. What? It's not setting up. Movement allowed exceeded. Why? It's yellow. Okay. Then move closer. I'm getting a bit crowded here. Push the Panzerjägers back. Dick. Yeah, that looks good. Those guys are setting up, Panzer Division. Motorize. From this movie so fast. We are rolling. Set up shop here. Panzer Corps. Yeah, they don't need... Panzer Corps needs to be, I think, in command range of the Panzer Division, yeah. So I think that is fine, we'll leave them there. They don't need to be in command of... I mean, it can command local units, I think that's how the game works, as many other war games. Higher echelon HQs can command local units, as it happened in reality, but by respecting the chain of command, the Corps is not required to be at the front line, but in range of the respective corps, yeah, or whatever units are under subordinate. Yeah, that Tony is setting up here. Yeah, I leave that because we need some AD support for the infantry. Good, I think the south is handled. Those guys can engage. Digging in. Ooh. Crazy, okay. What is that for a unit? RT. Again, infantry needs some RD support. Roll the Panzerjägers on the flank. Now watch out with that button. Deploy that RT here somewhere. We need more RT support. Oh, damn it, I'm double clicked. But good, worked. Those guys currently rolling one RT battalion. That might be okay. Das Reich, HQ motorize. You are rolling with that flank unit. That is okay. I mean, we have so much. Yeah, then bring the second RT unit also in case we encounter strongholds we can't figure out. Three RT. Yeah, we have enough RT support here. Okay, I guess that's it. Third Deutschland, yeah, exactly. They're scheduled for those guys, but will not move in because they're still mounted. But that looks good. Ooh, nice. Second regiment arrived. Exploit the flanks, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I will use the function, but I might rather focus on the... like that, not doing too big orders. To prevent screw-ups. Okay. Nah, very enjoyable, man. It's completely different. Yeah, that's the early days of Barbarossa. But it feels completely different, yeah, from... Yeah, those guys getting clapped hard. There's a motorize. Okay, indeed, tank spotted. Holy Billy, who is that unit? Iron Cross. Wow! 61 dudes. But it's still fighting. 27, yeah. And I have Ardi firing from here. Yeah, get him off the vehicles as soon as possible. Yeah, but in Barbarossa, I mean, later on it makes sense, but in Barbarossa you need to push, yeah? You also need to push, and when I started with WDS or with John Tiller software games, I didn't like this motorized versus unmotorized, but it absolutely makes sense. Because that is exactly what happened during Barbarossa. Yeah? They basically took casualties in order to push forward. As for example, if we would have demotorized as soon as possible, we would be not able to exploit that flank, exploit those gaps here. But it's a nice balancing, yeah? When do we want to dismount? Yes, no. I mean, those units can still fight, but you see they can take massive casualties. If you check the casualty numbers for Barbarossa, they were still considerably high. Especially for those reconnaissance frontline units, it's crazy. It's crazy how the how Nazi Germany pushed those units hard. It's nuts. Entire reconnaissance companies wiped out. Okay, we have the information we need. Nice. Mike assault those guys. I'm currently watching a more detailed Barbarossa documentary, which, oh man, the heat. Which, because most documentaries are rather, it's always this superficial. Yeah, then the T-34 appeared, blah blah, and there was a single tank that kept a company or whatever at bay. There, you know, those anecdotal. But if you really check it out, it's crazy how they wrote it, man. It's nuts. Was entire reconnaissance units wiped out just in order to find out, okay, there is some stronghold there, let's bypass them. What looks on the tactical scale as a massive defeat, on the operational scale was, oh yeah, okay, great, bypass. What we are facing, it looks like BT tanks, fast Soviet tanks, we can handle it. Oh, more tanks incoming, T-26 like tanks. Yeah, you Jimmies need a motor to get off. Sit in the woods, we are coming. We are coming. Is it now day? Yeah. Okay, what is this freeze? I think that was a really good move for the night time. Let's start with the north and keep exploiting the flank. Oh, hello. Yeah, bypassing that. Yeah. Is possible. Ah, yeah, air support is now available? No. Unfortunately, not yet. Do we want to engage those guys? Yeah, I mean... so that, I mean, a tank force can bypass. But through the woods... boy, there's elevated ground here. Nah. Come on, we need to fight them. Second regiment deploy. Holy. Okay. I could try that out. What do we have here? Not really much. Armored troops. Try to bypass. Okay. Please avoid the minefield. Panzerjägers join the infantry. I'll wait here. I can't deploy. RT, yeah. Set up shop. That is higher ground. Yeah, here that is a perfect spot. Pioneers, eyes and ears. Okay. HQ, keep rolling. Where do you want to deploy that RT battalion? Doesn't really matter if it's low or higher ground for RT. Does it? I suppose there's some modifiers. Deploy. Wait, where's the HQ sitting? Was it for elevation? Oh, show me the 3D map. Okay. Yeah, it's elevated. Okay. Yeah, then deploy there. Ah, okay. Reconnaissance, scout ahead of the tanks. Ah, yeah. Okay. Good to know. Oh, they were prepared for that move. Okay, that looks good. You guys assemble. Ah, those guys are disrupted, yeah, exactly. No, they don't engage. Holy baby. Yeah, but we need to protect our... I need to bind those guys. Let's see first. Those things got quite low armor isolated, okay. I need to push back a bit. Right, no pushing back. Keep that bridge. Deploy here. We will handle their ammo. No. That bridge. I mean, that bridge is... We'll handle it. We will handle it. Okay, first, that tank unit is deployed. Engage enemy tanks. 20 plus. You guys block their approach. Engaging doesn't make that much sense, no. But block them. Isolated, nice. They also have supply issues. Ah, zone of control, yeah. Okay. You infiltrate more forces. Second minefield here. Motorcycles. reconnaissance. Yeah, motorcycle can fight. That is not a scout. That is a proper infantry battalion. Yeah, we will be home at Christmas. I'll keep the supply lines open. Are they no, they're not setting up. Yeah, time to set up. Screw those anti-personnel mines. Okay. The infantry. I should know those guys are sitting here in the vicinity. But okay, that position is taken. That position is taken. Can now work on that here. Boah. Dick. Get wrecked. Stop destroying my house, Anklopfgerät. Shit, the guy can reach us. Eliminate position. Wait, that... No. Did not need to get rid of that AET position there. Those guys are left unattended, that is not good. Because you bring the POs back. Otherwise they might cut us off. Good, are we done here? I think so. Wait. Yeah, this was always, of course, a problem of the advances. You had so many Soviet units isolated in the area. It was crazy. Hundred of thousand soldiers somewhere scattered. Okay, be right back. Good. Yeah, here... that reconnaissance battalion is now a stopgap solution to get to have the flank secured. Right now everything is deployed mostly, so they can handle that. North reconnaissance, yeah. They might exploit that engagement. It's nothing for a reconnaissance battalion. Only get decisively. That is at least by officer training school. You might engage with a reconnaissance battalion, but if you really have the odds, otherwise don't get decisively engaged, or don't bolster your force, but rather disengage them and exploit other positions, which of course in reality is often not that easy. But those armored cars here, Panzerspähwagen, we might rather push through the center here. See much gain, exploit. Yeah, no. We might get a recon battalion out there. Do we have Pios? Yeah. Yeah, Pios could secure the flank or bind those elements of the 202nd or 222nd. So they don't fall into our rear. But other than that, punch through. Yeah, now we need to punch through here. And the south I'm lacking infantry. So Panzergruppe 2 is too fast, too furious, no infantry. Yeah, that regiment is now tied down with rear operations. And that there is 300 around men running around there in the vicinity of the HQ and RT. I might move the core HQ. Ah, shit, here. To secure the bridge, at least as some stopgap measure. Nah. It's only 89 men, don't overdo it. That is most staff officers. But I can also fight, man. Get you Luger. You bitches. I'm a nah, man. You're hitting the front lines, Sam. Get your Luger out. Enemy contact is to be expected. But those guys are completely disrupted. And those guys can fire, okay. Yeah, removing that position would be beautiful. Because the supply might become soon a problem here. Wow. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, lack of infantry. I mean, that was indeed a problem of the Panzer groups. As the majority of the German army, in contrary to the popular belief during Barbarossa, was infantry on foot or horse-drawn or whatever. Panzer groups had, of course, their infantry motorized infantry with them to keep the pace, but there's a good case how we're lacking infantry. Even need to bring in the pioneers and reconnaissance or whatever, as those tanks are not invincible. Yeah, that was it. Second Panzer Regiment. We need to hold that position. Is us securing the bridges here, the crossings, and as always also struggling with supply because of our crap. Some tanks coming in, but nothing to be concerned of. Those BTs, Soviet fast tanks. We can't handle them. As long as I don't see KV once. Which I think was really a good tank in early war. Not the T-34, the early T-34, I think, despite what a lot of... most documentaries are rather this War Thunder approach. A good tank has good armor, a strong gun, and yeah, speed perhaps. Like Guderian, yeah, speed, armor, firepower. But a good tank was more than that, yeah. Communications and etc. That's where the Germans excelled, especially the Panzer III model, despite looking like a Lego box. But it was easier to produce, yeah. That is also the reason. Some people think that Germans didn't figure out sloped armor. No. They had to mass produce those tanks ASAP. Sloped armor has been known since the ancient times, since 5000 BC, yeah? That sloped armor is reducing the energy impact, but it's hard to produce. And it creates compartment problems if you slope the armor. That was, for example, for the early T-34 a big problem. The turret was so small because of that overdone sloped armor that only a gunner and a... the gunner was commander, yeah? A gunner and a loader had place in the turret, which made the tank rather a bit difficult to handle, yeah. There was no room for a third crew member, there was no room for a radio. I think the best early war, or early Barbaros, early Eastern Front War tank was a KV-1. But those also were not always equipped with radios. What made German tanks excelling, that they had simply... They got mixed, despite having inferior armor, inferior guns. It was simply a problem of production, they needed so high numbers. And of course there's a supply problem. Germans could have produced double the tanks, but... Supply them, yeah? Supply them in the Soviet Union. Supply them with fuel, whatever, spare parts. That was a big problem. That's why they couldn't motorize or mechanize that hardcore. And that's why 95% of the German army was rolling horses or whatever. Yeah, vodka. If those tanks could run on vodka, man, the Soviet Union would have won after day 5. Yeah. I mean, there's tanks that can run on alcohol, but not on vodka. Vodka, shitty Western version, vodka is 36%, good Slavic vodka is running 40%, with that you can't run shit, I guess. But I know there's vehicles that can run on higher grade, absinthe and whatever, right? There's vehicles, or there was tanks or vehicles that could run on higher grade alcohol. Pretty sure it was a Soviet tank. It must. Somebody will not tell me, yes, it was a Soviet tank. Yeah, I imagine. Now, but somebody told me when I was in active duty, of course I spoke to tankers of armored units running the Leopard 2 tanks. I think some dude told me that in the worst case, which is not good for the engine, but those Leopard 2 can run on alcohol, but I'm not sure. The Leopard 2 has a what is called multi intake engine. That thing can run on whatever. But not sure if it can run on alcohol. Higher grade alcohol. Barbarossa 2.0. No beer for you. Wait, why? Pour that beer into my Leopard 2 tank. Roger that. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I missed a lot. Okay. Enough jokes, yeah, okay, I get it. It's not time for jokes. Cigarette. No. I only smoke cigars, yeah. I don't smoke cigarettes. Nah, man, I swallowed on this fucking drink. because that microphone is so close. So I always try to selfie. Boah, kurwa. Boah, man, that was one of the worst swallows I had in the last 10 years. Boah. I swallowed on my punica. Damn it. Yeah, sorry if I raped your ears, but that is what it is. Yeah, sometimes you can't. God damn it. It only happens on streams. I wanted to drink here my Johannisbeerschorle. It's always after I'm making a bad joke. I don't know. Think some higher force tries to tell me stop with those bad jokes. Okay. Nah, war games are serious. Okay. War games are serious, yeah. Come on. No joking. Cigarettes. Jimmy, Rothändle, no filter cigarettes. Only. Like here, Hauptmann, what was his name? Hauptmann. Man, that dude is smoking. Boah, man, but did you Kiesel, man, Hauptmann Kiesel. Man, but those cigarettes from World War, I mean, I didn't try them out. Of course, I tried out cigarettes on parties or whatever, as a party smoker sometimes. But I tried out those, did you try out, man, those no filter cigarettes, those really hardcore French Gitané. Jimmy, I don't know how people can smoke that shit. It's crazy, eh? If you're in a club and you're getting offered, hey man, you also want a cigarette? Yeah man, sure, I'm partying. Are you a smoker? No man. Watch out with those cigarettes. I can handle it. Kiesel, man. When I smoke, I only smoke filterless. Yeah, but filterless doesn't mean that the tobacco is without chemicals. That is, I don't know. There might be, I mean, they might don't have additives, but filterless doesn't qualify for Camel unfiltered or pretty pure. Yeah, I don't know. There could be, yeah. Galois. Yeah, no, there's in Germany, there's a brand called Gitané, which probably is also French. Was always a meme. All those things are super hardcore. And in Germany it is Rothändle. They also have basically the packages in warning colors. Eastern European ciggies are deaf. I can imagine, yeah, those dudes of course smoking the hardest shit. Okay, are we done here? I think so. But really beautiful scenario, that's super enjoyable. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh! Jimmy! Reinforcements! Very good. So there's an objective in the south, yeah, we need to consider that. Okay, I'm lacking some infantry here. Yeah, the second regiment pulling up, okay. That looks good, but could also need some help. Here in the south, but in the south we don't receive reinforcements, unfortunately. Oh, it's Arty. And first of those shimmies, right? Good, then send him there. Ah, there's another, okay. Yeah, then send him center better. So here, mopping up operations, a bit overextending our infantry units. Yeah, and send an Arty with them. Ah, that is reinforcements, right? Yeah. Ah, that is reinforcements. Yeah, very good. Yeah, perfect! Pioneers, man! Jimmies, you arrived just in time. Keep those Jimmies in shape. Perfect! Just in time. Iron Cross just for being on time. And hit that minefield. Okay, next turn. And 3rd Regiment, I need you here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, south, but I think south reinforcements is something scheduled. Oh, no, nothing. Okay. Was hoping for something on the south, for more infantry elements. Yeah, but the south, you need to keep a bit, hold your horses, yeah. Because we're overextending there. Facing a lot of opposition, while the north is still rolling good if you can bypass those positions fast. There is a chance, no, not really. I mean, that river can be crossed. Sometimes that stream can be crossed, yeah. Perhaps you want to exploit that. 2nd might be ready to cut them completely off. We will see. Because the south flank got a bit stuck there. Facing a lot of opposition. Okay, so it's... Oh, okay, interesting. Can handle that. Oh, a lot of maneuver here. That was unexpected. Which is rather good for us, yeah. Seems like some counter-attack being... So it's suffering massive casualties. Yeah. Holy Billy, they are solid our reconnaissance unit over the stream. It's quite some heavy combat. Wow, that reconnaissance battalion got clapped hard. Reinforcements? No. Yeah, those guys definitely need help. So the infantry unit, yeah, that unit that was blocking is attacking our artillery battalion. I think the pioneers can handle it. First, those guys also need to be pulled out. Yeah, 3rd regiment is ready. Deploy. Let's see, can I give them some ARTI love? No aircraft. Only 2 ARTI systems ready. Wait, okay. Nice. Good, but pull the reconnaissance. Oh, yeah, wait. The tanks could... No. I give those guys some ARTI love. Are they not in range? Okay. Bring in the Panzerjägers. Okay, of course I can't. What's the problem? Yeah, no, the center, yeah. Just want to exploit the flanks. Must be in travel mode to move. God damn it. Nah, don't do that. Pioneers, you are required to keep those guys in shape on the flanks. Okay, but that should be what those guys are setting up. 2nd Führer, push right into the fray. We will see. Do it. What? Stacking limitation of 1? Oh, good one, okay. Okay. You guys push south. Okay, they abandoned those positions. Good to know. Keep moving. Deploy the ARTI. Tanks. You punch through. Supply. Yeah, support that center. Deploy the tanks. Nice. Shit, out here. Pull that reconnaissance out. Redeploy reconnaissance. here. Exploit. Engage them. Holy. Those guys need help. Those guys need help, yeah. First regiment incoming. Deploy on that main rail. Yeah, I know there's a minefield. Bypass it. Deploy. Don't engage. That's a bit too brutal. You guys finished. No, those shimmies recovered or what? Are you kidding me? Okay. Keep them disrupted. Still required. Yeah, RD support. We will definitely need more RD support here. What? What do you mean? What? Why? Seems like I can't deploy it. Good, Northern. Not very much progress, but... Ah, wait. We have here some jimmies. Yeah, but there was something... It might be easier to break that position. But is it really worth? Nah, exploit. Do we really want to go into the woods motorized? Yes, man, if you're asking like that. Exploit. Yeah, strange. I don't understand why those RE units are not being allowed to deploy. First RE is setting up, yeah. Okay. Good, center is fighting. That looks good. Those units are wrecked, mostly. That here is contained, that is somewhat contained. Out of command. We can't move because those jimmies killing the communication lines. Damn it. But we're working on it. Those jimmies are ready to oh, okay. 2 units. Wait, we'll give you RD support. Nice. And give some fire from the Panzerjägers. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Let him expand the ammunition. Man, the Panzerjäger battalion here is nuking. Good. Are you ready for assault? Do it. Holy Billy! Good job. Iron crosses. We need more iron crosses to print. dislodged. Oh. There was some AD support. Okay. Good. Tanks low on ammo. Supply situation, but should now improve with those guys dislodged. There's like tanks we can handle that. You are deployed. Bring those tanks in. Engage. Yeah, engaging in the woods is not a good idea, but we need to do it. The Zoro is also not in good condition. Infantry exploit. Zone of control. Shit, okay. Bring in the anti-tank battalion. They're deployed, yeah. Nice. Fire 8-8s at those Timmy tanks. Oh, suddenly you blow up. Yeah. Okay. That situation should be fine. Actually, nobody gives a shit about those mines. Hey, sir, we're reporting that we cleared out 5 mines. Front line is already 50 kilometers in front. Leave those mines for the civilians to trip on. We need you on the front line. Pioneers, eyes and ears, get moving. Yeah, exactly. Let the children trip on those mines. So we have no time for mine clearance. We need the bodies on the front lines. Good. Panzerjäger battalion, you can disengage. No, okay. And yeah, exactly. The reconnaissance battalion is getting clapped hard here. Pioneers, eyes and ears, move forward, protect the flank. Okay, or not. What do we have else here? That AD is being set up. Flak. Boah, man. 26 vehicles. 26 8-8s. You hold that in the HQ? Yeah, you never know. Perhaps a strategic bomber attack will come in. And who is that? Schall. Schall, why the heck you're holding? Yeah, but I need to protect my HQ and my table, man. Imagine some bomb impacts on my table and then all those wargaming counters getting this. Nah, Jimmy, man. Release that 90 flag. Sorry, but release that 90 flag. Dude is holding 26 8-8s for the HQ. Is that true? 26. Yeah, but you know, the HQ is important. Yeah, Tony, motorize that. I need that on the front line. Yeah, they can deploy here somewhere. But what is with my AA? I need AA. Why are you out of command? Yeah, but that is Barbarossa. We can handle it. Okay, first regiment. Very important. Deploy. Roll in and support the tanks. Do we want to pull out the tanks? We will see. Yeah, first those Jimmies secure that crossing. Tent motorcycle infantry battalion, you push us forward. Yeah. Yeah, command. If you apply for the command better, you can play. You can check out the multiplayer better. That's true. Yeah. So I checked out the interface, but so far I didn't do more. But cool, yeah. I mean, I was already available for the military for years, but no. Great to have it also for the entertainment market. Be right back. Okay, let's go. Good, we released the 8.8s, but we'll push them center. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Center force are dislodged here. We might, yeah, next turn motorize our RT. Okay. Okay. That unit is getting pushed hard here, but they can handle it. There are some reinforced positions, which they captured, very good. They're taking casualties. Played attack on the USS Liberty scenario in Shifting Sands. Yep. Shift. So like the smaller scenarios. USS Liberty, that was the 90s small boats attack, right? Terrorist attack, basically. orchestrated by Osama bin Laden, I think, right? Nah, I'm mixing up stuff. What was the USS Liberty? Wow, man, that reconnaissance. Shit, I didn't deploy them. Yeah, coal, no, I'm mixing it up, yeah. So I think that it's not really fitting into the shifting sands timeline. Israel attacks a US intelligence ship by accident, right? Yeah, there's got a ton of Soviets coming in. US versus Israel. Was that ship deliberately attacked, or was it by accident? I think that was a historic incident, right? Man, resistance is now really stiffening. A lot of Soviets here. That is exactly a situation we want to exploit. Ah, shit, I should have attacked perhaps even in line formation. The HQ is sitting here. Man, those reconnaissance Jimmy's got clapped. They need to be switched out. I think I forgot to deploy them. This entire regiment is held up by this disrupted unit. %58%. Boah. It is what it is, man. Push. Do you want to deploy? Yeah, deploy Adi here. Those guys need to hold off a considerable amount of forces. But Deutschland running low on ammo. But I can handle it. 3rd Regiment, Führer. They are disrupted, dislodge them. You don't need Adi. Move. Oh, wait. The 5th Flak Battalion. 5th Flak and Chair Force Battalion can keep those guys at bay. Keep moving, man. Yeah, no, serious. You think I'm joking? No, man. Push. Yeah, okay, shit, no. Nice. Okay, what is with those guys? Do we have AD support ready? No, nothing in the north. At least on range. Good, thanks, fire. Perhaps. Nah, 2nd Deutschland, man, you can't pull it off. Wait, let 2nd Regiment Führer exploit. Holy God. Jeez! Moscow! We coming! Check that bridge. Yes! Okay. Oh, Privyet. Okay, we found a division HQ. Jimmy's. Ja, dann send tanks hast du der. Bypass. Panzerjägers as well. Second Deutschland, keep those guys in shape. Third. Yeah, keep those Jimmys in shape, it's okay. Everybody here, pioneers, eyes and ears. Second, 22nd engaging. 5th Flak Battalion, what is that? 2040 Mikes, yeah, keep them with your HQ, it's okay. Yeah. Who is the commander here? Hauser. Okay. Vladivostok, wait, shit, I'm not that. And where's Vladivostok? Are you making jokes of me, or are you... Well, Vladivostok is the port on the east, right? Vladivostok is a part of the eastern, so it... What? Yes, baby. Yes, you're right, yeah. Yeah, Vladivostok, exactly. I remember that from the Russo-Japanese War. Wait, was that where the Japanese rolled the surprise attack? Was it Vladivostok? I think so, right? Where they pulled in at the night attack. Was it Vladivostok? Well, Japanese, which was not really that successful, but psychological was. Yeah. Well, the Japanese conducted the surprise attack. Yeah. But keep in mind, yeah. Every of those German officers were writing in their diaries, "Oh man, we are rolling, we clapping so hard. Should be victory by autumn." Never underestimate the Slavs. Good, okay, but we broke through here. I think 222nd is still holding, but we can bypass them. And we located the HQ, which we already in contact with, which will definitely degrade command and control. That is good. 2nd Regiment Deutschland will keep those guys at shape, and everything else bypasses, yeah. What do we have else here? Yeah, here that is a bit problematic. 400 dudes facing 166 dudes, but they can handle it. I'm not sitting in the best terrain, Jimmy, but pioneers, also hardcore trained Jimmys. So yeah, exactly. A reconnaissance battalion stumbled on the 89th, which is probably responsible for those forces here, and will force an engagement against the HQ, but not now. Those guys are really pushed hard. Elements of the Deutschland and Führer regiments. Ally support is here. Yeah, what we expected, that we will face a lot of crap in the center. But seems like they bring up now a lot of forces here, we need to watch out. As it might break our supply lines. Yeah, that regiment is tied up with this goddamn disrupted, but they still have 200 guys rolling around, yeah. Assault them. And please. Yeah. They're dislodging. That will become now a cat and mouse here. Can't get them broken. If they would be at least broken or something. No. Yeah, that is of course quite a loss. Was perhaps bad how I pulled off that. Now we have this dislodged 200 dudes running around here. Tough to conquer a country that borders both Finland and North Korea. Yeah, that is true, yeah. Good, here I might not engage, but hold put. Panzerjäger battalion, perhaps I keep those. Oh wait, could also do a counterattack. There's something in officer training school, yeah. Classic philosophy. When you can counterattack, always counterattack. Because so that your superiors will not question your aggressiveness. It is true, man. That's why you often see, if you study history, you see how often even in dire situations counter. But then check out the careers of those officers. They usually not get reprimanded or whatever, despite sometimes killing hundreds, thousands of people. Yeah, thousands of human beings for some retard counterattack. Usually not get reprimanded. Yeah. If you preserve your forces and say, "Nah, man, that counterattack doesn't make sense." Oh yeah, please follow the NKVD. Jimmy, face that gun, please. But here we might wait. They are sitting in open positions. I don't know, man. Yeah, but we might do it. Progress. Oh wait, what is here? Oh. Good. Assault them. Yeah, it's good that might open up supply lines. Dismount those AT guns. Or... No. Oh shit, they're getting clapped here by the infantry. I'm lacking infantry hard to keep the supply lines open. Ah yeah, exactly, here the pioneers might roll in. Yep, perfect. And bring their AT guns, Panzerjägers, Herdes Anklaufgerät to the front lines. But seems like the tanks are disrupted. But we will roll, yeah. First regiment, push. Well, we'll give you some AD support. Jimmy. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Roll. And engage. Ui. Ui. Yeah. Jesus! Our flanks getting attacked by tanks! Yeah, we bring in tanks. Good job. Iron crosses are getting printed. Ah, they're motorized now. Engage. One tank destroyed, okay. 188 lost. God damn it. Good, bring in the 44 tanks. Clear that bridge. Nah, engage the enemy tank force first. Good. Pioneers, keep the flank open, bring those flags forward. Bring your Panzerjägers forward. Must be in travel mode, why? Those shimmies can't roll, okay. Yeah. Good, south, what is going on in the south? Engage. Nah, unfortunately we don't have any air support so far. Okay, here I see an opening, but can I cross the bridge? No. What is with those motorcycle jimmies? No. What? Ah, they're facing those jimmies, okay. Nice. Disrupted. Yeah, we have not enough for assault. Yeah, keep them suppressed. Same here. The AT gun. Can we get RD on that AT gun? No. Okay. There was that AT gun battalion likely. It's giving us problems. Ooh, disrupted. But there's a river crossing a stream. I don't know. Wow, but that might be. Try it. Try it. Iron Cross. Iron Cross. Give me. I need more Iron Crosses. Good, I hope so the tanks can move forward. Yes. Perfect. Engage that AT position. Beautiful. Only a few stalks, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that reconnaissance battalion can retreat. Those guys got clapped. 8% left. Yeah, I guess they're not combat. Moral B, what is moral B? Moral A. Oh, they still have good moral, okay. Now Jimmy's roll. Okay. Nah, don't engage. Hold your positions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need RD support on those positions here. Ah, shit. What? Ah, okay. Nice. That's it. I mean, those guys can engage. Nice. Nice. Not nice. Nice. Ah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, let's finish that pocket here. Yeah, absolutely finish that pocket here. I almost forget it. Those guys are likely... 500 reverse. Yeah, come on, you can handle it. Pioneers. Ah, dislodge them. Give me a second. Okay, let's continue. Let's roll. Okay, let's check. Yeah, flank's looking good. Yeah, that looks good. Good, the 2nd Regiment Führer might block that road or check out. Then they can advance towards Jelnya. Ah ja. Privet. Ui, 3 divisions. Holy Billy. Deploy. Definitely need to bind. So HQ here, okay. Tanks. Oh. The HQ replaced by tanks, okay. Yeah, there is nothing for the reconnaissance. Jimmy's watch out. T-26 tanks. Is that the tank now? Is that the HQ? No, the HQ is it. Good, what is the plan? Yeah, surround Jelnya. Cut off all supply lines. And encircle all forces. That is the plan. So those guys, okay, then Armored will try to break through to that dirt road. No, it's just not that easy. It's only a stream, but... Ah, привет, HQ. Okay. Panzerjägers. Man, can you dislodge those dudes? Yeah, attack them. Oh, 150 against 300 dudes. Do it. Iron crosses. Okay, AD secured. Ah, those Jimmys. Push towards the HQ. Ah. Yeah, I got to assault them. Push towards edge. That. What's it? Yeah. Reich. Flak Jimmys. Forward. Push those guys away. Panzerjäger. Considering that there is light tanks here, we might block off that, yeah. Ah, привет. Panzerjägers. Ah, okay. Wow, man, that is... okay. Good. Yeah, I know you have low ammo, but keep pushing. Wait, reconnaissance. Do we have aircraft? Oh. Push those Jimmys. I completely dislodged. Wait. First regiment assist. No. No, do it. Nice. Wow, man, they're all disrupted now. Okay. That unit disappeared somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I think they're complete disorganizing. Which means we need to push forward, Jimmy's. Let... RD unit, can you deal with those 200 men? I don't know. Come on, they're completely out of... Push! These are pointless assaults. Good, that AT position is still operational. We can't release the tanks. But I'm getting RD. Yep. Nice, disrupted. Assault those bitches. What? 23 guns captured or destroyed. Jimmy immediately reassign them. Beute, Kanone. Beautiful, thanks to it. Should be now able to move. Yelnya, we coming. You guys block any supply, block any road, or with 2 vehicles engage 16 men. Yeah, try. Engage him. It's a division HQ. Motorcycle Jimmy is apparently is keeping the flank. Move. Alright. But move here. Cut them off. Tanks can engage. Engage enemy tanks. RD. Leave those disrupted dudes, nobody cares for them. Move forward. Not possible. More up that RD. Oh, but the rear lines are full with Jimmys. Boah! Iron Cross. 1st Regiment 86th destroyed 8 enemy tanks in an assault. Lost 2 men. What the finger? That's the highest result. 153 men. Yeah, they're all motorized. 153. I guess that it's reinforcements incoming. Holy Billy, man. 153 men wrecked in an ambush. I think that is the highest shit I've ever seen. Broken. Okay. Nah, I don't. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was rather wasted ammunition. If they are broken, they are broken. Boah, 153 man. Yeah, what reconnaissance, they can't deal with those like tanks. Prepare an ambush. Adi. Oh, it's probably those Chinese. That does, no. All those Soviet units are disrupted. Ah, should have fired here. Ah, there's a minefield. I was thinking it's a reinforced position. Okay. You think that's funny, running into a minefield? No, of course not. Holy. What is it? Check it out. Yeah. Oh man, that stronghold, I don't know. Ah. Killed, okay. Ooh. Von der Army HQ sitting here. Oh. T-34s. Good, Yelnya, I would say, is almost captured. I'll be encountering some stiff resistance here. Let's save here for this episode. Yelnya. But yeah, nice.